Family, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you why you cannot handstand yet. The handstand is an extremely complex skill, so let's get this out of the way. The number one reason why you cannot handstand yet is because you're simply not practicing enough. The handstand requires months for most people. Make sure you're willing to invest that time and practice at least 30 to 60 minutes a day, 3 times a week at the very minimum. You have to be consistent, patient, and practice a lot for you to be able to balance in your hands. Let's move on to reason number 2. The second reason is that you haven't built a strong foundation. Many people can already start with handstands against the wall if they have previous fitness preparation. However, be realistic. If your wrist hurts every single time you get up, if you cannot even climb the wall, if you look like this on a wall handstand, let's take a step back and let's build it from the ground up, shall we? Invest time conditioning your wrist in various directions. Invest time in plank on arms. First progression will be pike position on the floor to understand the position of the arms and shoulders. Second progression will be elevated pike to start feeling what it's like to put more weight on the hands. Those are fundamental positions that if you're shaking your ass off, you're really gonna have a hard time developing your handstand. Don't rush, build a strong base. I'll see you on reason number 3. Reason number 3 is a big one, and that is that you're not using the wall enough. If you're constantly keeping and falling, you're just getting tired for no reason. We need to spend time both in our hands for conditioning and balancing to improve our sense of balance. Use back to wall and chest to wall holds to spend time in your hands, and use balancing drills on those positions to spend time in balance. Once you can kick up and hold for 3 to 5 seconds, at least once every 5 to 10 tries, then practicing away from the wall makes sense. Reason number 4 why you cannot handstand is because you don't know how to actually kick up into your handstand. The kick up is the easiest way to enter the handstand as a beginner due to its little demand on strength. However, it requires practice. Treat the kick up as a separate skill and train it as such. Spend some time against the wall, kicking up and down for reps. Then spend some time on the floor doing the same, without even focusing on balance yet. Down below, you're gonna find a full tutorial on how to kick up if you need some help there. Next reason. Reason number 5 why you cannot handstand is because you're too afraid to actually get upside down. And if you don't overcome the fear of getting upside down, you will never practice enough and make progress. I really recommend to spend time learning how to fall safely out of your handstand. The full tutorial on that will be down in the description. I also recommend that you spend time with headstands using a wall if needed. Just like the kick up, treat falling as a skill and practice it over and over so you feel safe and can practice for enough time. Reason number 6 is that you have the habit of walking every time that you fall. We are learning to balance still. If you always walk when you lose balance, you'll always do that. Walking is a separate skill. So first, learn to balance still, and then you can learn the walk if you like. Alright family, the final reason is that you might be actually using the wall too much. Yes, the wall is useful and it's going to be your best friend whether you're beginner, intermediate or advanced, but if you always use it, even for balancing drills, you'll never get actually the feeling of what it's like to balance in the middle of the room. Eventually you have to get off the wall. So make sure you have all the points covered and you're practicing enough and properly. You respect the progressions and build a solid base beforehand. You spend enough time against the wall. You practice your kick up separately and you learn how to fall safely. Then keep doing all that, but practice your freestanding handstand away from the wall and you should have no problem getting your first handstand hold. I didn't touch on mobility just because you can still balance with terrible mobility, but please do yourself a favor and work on your shoulder mobility at the very least for a safe and efficient hand balancing practice. Follow along routines for that will be down in the description, as well as a beginner handstand follow along so you can practice with me and achieve your first handstand. And if you're looking for a full step-by-step program from never standing in your hands to presses and transitions, we have our beginner and intermediate program inside the SM Academy. With a single subscription, you get access to those, our mobility routines, our calisthenics programs, and much more. All the description, as always, is down in the description. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up to support the channel. That really helps the channel to grow. Also, share it with a friend that is struggling with their handstand. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and we'll see you all next week. Much love, family.